FDIC attendees, we're about to commence a demonstration of the new HURST Jaws of Life E3 tools here in booth 1823. As we allow the guys a few minutes to talk through their plan, I'm going to make some introductions here. And first, I'd like to thank Ford Motor Company for loaning these trucks to us. Not sure why they want them back, but they are on loan. So in all sincerity, we really sincerely want to thank Ford Motor Company, because through their cooperation, we've been able to get far more educated on aluminum structure and the changing techniques that are required to address rapid extrication with these new designs. So we sincerely appreciate Ford, making that investment to educate the first responder community. So today, first, let me introduce our extrication specialist here with HURST. In the booth, actually, we have one cameraman who, I apologize, I don't know your name, sir. But working on the car today, we have Larry Anderson, longtime fire service veteran and rescue specialist with HURST. We have Mr. Anthony Morabito, fire chief of Ridge Fire in Long Island, longtime veteran, and firefighter Rick Rainwater, longtime veteran of the fire service from Washington State. So without further ado, rescue specialists, have at it. So while they work, I'm going to narrate the evolution here a little bit. In this scenario, we assume we have primary and secondary entrapment. So we not only need to gain access to those patients, but our patient is pinned in at the legs. So we're going to have to do a dash lift in addition to a complete side out. Now, as you see, Anthony starts with a vertical push to improve his gap to gain access to those hinges, while Rick had made an early relief cut in the front quarter panel. Now, later on, you're going to see we're going to have to remove that front quarter panel, and that initial cut's going to make that peel away a lot easier. Now, as you can see, Anthony's trying to accomplish two things at once here, both peel away the quarter panel as well as expose those hinges in one maneuver. And as they continue to expose both the front quarter frame and the hinges, you'll see we can spread this door off or cut it off. And a lot of times they like to start with a full spread off the top hinge. But depending on the circumstances, he may ask for the cutter to come in and finish it off. But in this case, you see fully compromised already the front hinge, or the top hinge. You'll notice the tools that our rescue specialists are using are new E3 or hydraulic 3.0 tools. Not only are they waterproof, but they now have a dashboard with LED information, real-time information, so the rescuer has more information at their disposal to make the right decisions. Now, as you can see, Rick has started a relief cut in the front frame. You'll notice its location is very intentional. And he made that cut forward of the strut tower. The dash lift would not work entirely correctly because it would not pivot in the correct place and may compromise the dash lift. So while Mr. Rainwater works on cutting those hinges for the side out, Anthony continues. Okay, Anthony's doing something I want you to pay attention, close attention to now. You notice how he's using that spreader to rip a central hole in the A-post. What we found with these aluminum structures is in some cases, the way aluminum comes apart, you can use a spreader to perform the function of a cutter. This allows your rescuer on the cutter to continue with other work, leading to an overall more rapid extrication. So as Anthony continues to peel that A with his 555 HURST spreader, this allows Rick to work on other things. Now he's given him a great entry point to sever that A, but not just the A, to get into that weld seam with a firewall. With new ultra-high strength steel being used in firewalls, it must be noticed that you really need to cut that weld seam that marries up your A and the firewall, because if you don't compromise it, it oftentimes won't rip and give you the lift you're looking for. Now you'll notice Larry has preloaded the lift with the ram. And with these ultra high strength steel structures and improved frames, we want to show a tandem lift. I'm sure many of you are familiar with a dash lift either, or a dash roll or a lift. The roll with only the ram, or the lift with only the spreader. But you notice they're working in tandem with the ram and the spreader at the same time. And we'll show you why here in a second. Now, as you'll notice, Anthony and Larry working together. The upper A is not cut on purpose. Larry is using the intersection of the roof rail and the B as a lever pivot point to assist in the lift. This means the aluminum structure A will not collapse, because we have to put now half the force on it, because the ram is doing half the lifting. With the tool tandem lift, Anthony's allowed to capture the load with the spreader so that Larry can redeploy the ram. Now, with our box blade geometry, you'll notice Anthony approaching that B post from 90 degrees. We don't have to go parallel to the rocker, because we have a very wide bite that can take that B post from 90 degrees. We're all familiar with cutter swing. It really doesn't matter if you can approach that cut from 90 degrees. You have 90 degrees to swing in either direction. Now, as a safety best practice, you notice Larry contained the movement of that B post by using webbing to control its ejection. And you also notice they cut that B post at the bottom first. This is critical. If you cut your B post at the top first, you risk the B post swinging into your patient when you make the lower cut. And now to finish off the roof tent and the dash lift. As you can see, sometimes a roof removal isn't always needed. All right, about 6 minutes. Excellent job, gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause to our rescue specialists. To see these tools at your fire department, please call your local Jaws of Life dealer to schedule an in-person demo. Thank you.